My husband wife has a whirl. I don't have any powder. I've used a lot of hydrochloric acid. This bitch is American. Fucking Christ, I don't know. There's been a murder. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. And then I used this to test if I could use this. Whore. So I barely washed them the first time. And just kind of pull. Oh no, it's not working. Oh no. Okay, well, shit. Hi, I'm Sako, and I'm not trying to make a Chainsaw Man one-shot in a month. Or now, or for a while, because I have more pressing issues at hand. You see, despite being an alien from outer space and all that shit, I still have to abide by the regional conventions of society and American values. Ba 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 ba. Speaking of those American values, I have to think about college, and I got accepted into an okay one, and they kind of just only saw my grades, and I got very salty about it. So instead of just taking my wins, I'm gonna take an entire year to do some bullshit and then roll the dice again. I like being a VTuber, but I also know statistics, so I really need to have a fallback plan. Yeah, so we're doing all this because I'm doing gap year. Fun, right? I didn't even finish the intro. That's how excited I am to do this. And totally not that I'm rushing because I'm scared. For our first episode, I thought we'd try something that I've been bragging about constantly, and that's forensics. A big fan of forensics, I guess. I have an award for being a big fan of forensics. I did a whole presentation. Also, I was talking to the FBI, don't ask, and they said that I was good at forensics. That is a true story. Well, they didn't say I was good at forensics. They just said that I know a lot about forensics, and the FBI gets nervous when people know a lot about forensics, and then I had to tell them I was in a class. And then one of them got less suspicious, and the other one got more suspicious. I also figured that I don't think a lot of VTubers know about forensics, but I'm sure at least one of us is a murderer, and I'm sure that I'm gonna be the #1 person on the case. So, here's what we're gonna do to make sure that you know that I know that I'm good at forensics and that this is a thing I can do. We are gonna do a test. Here, what you're looking at is a Google Drive for a random ass college. Not the one I got accepted into. I actually don't know if the one I got accepted into has a forensics program. I got accepted in there for applied chemistry. All of the forensic stuff I care about is all chemistry related. Over here, you'll see our forensics. Look at that beautiful thing. Okay, let's start. Iron plastic is the most plastic. Hands over powder 2 at the sea. Powder 2? What's powder 2? Earlier that day, Ken was relaxing in Barbie's Epsom salt spa, contemplating the patriarchy. Contemplating the patriarchy? Thank you, Ken. Thank you for your service. I'd salute, but my hands are glued to my waist. She's running late and wore her polyester cookie. Buddy, you don't want to wear that anywhere. Midge wore a cotton smock while creating a wildly inaccurate marble sculpture of Barbie's face. Ooh, this is fingerprinting! A whirl. If you look at your thumb right now, there's a lot of different kinds of fingerprints you can have. A whirl is effectively what you think of when you think of a fingerprint. You got a little finger, you got a little whirl. A loop is gonna look like this. I have one on my pinky. And then there's a secret third type called an arch, and that's when it just kind of does this and goes out the side. Fingerprints are weird, right? So fingerprints, the reason why they're all unique between person to person is that they are caused by gravity when you're a fetus. So depending on how your fingers were positioned when you were a fetus, that's what makes your fingerprint. It's not that there's some sort of DNA thing, because if it was a DNA thing, then it'd be predictable, and we'd be able to say that I have a whirl, my husband, wife has a whirl, and our children are gonna have whirl fingerprints. But we can't say that. When the lines kinda converge, so like let's say I have line 1, line 2, and then line 3, when the lines get around here, that's when you start getting like deltas and stuff, and it's just the kind of the convergence of all of them. And then there's so this would be a delta on a whirl where it all spirals into one thing. That's called a core. Fingerprinting is really good for ruling out suspects. I know suspect 2 has a loop fingerprint for both thumbs, or for the right thumb or whatever thumb that we know that the print is from, that our sample print is from. So I know suspect 2, not the suspect. Suspect 1, I'm thinking, ooh, he has a whirl, sample has a whirl. But of course, if you've noticed, this is the opposite way. This is turning to the left, and then this is turning to the right. And congrats, suspect 1 has now been ruled out. Also, minutia are more complicated than that. Minutia is what I'm drawing right now. Over here, it splits off into a little fork. But let's say it also comes up over here. But then our suspect comes up, and it does not come back. It just kind of terminates right there. I am not a suspect, because this is our sample, and that makes an eye, or it makes a lake. It makes a lake, and then this is just a branch. Congrats, that's page 1. Let's throw ourselves to page 2. Why did I do that? What's powder 1? Powder 1? I don't have any powder. Powder 7, sucrose. Powder 6, glucose. Powder 5 is calcium sulfate. Powder 4 is potassium chloride. Powder 3, calcium sulfate. Powder 2, did I say cornstarch already? No, you're cornstarch. Powder 1 is lithium chloride. Sure. One of them was salt, and I know one of them was salt, so I'm gonna say that one was salt, because I don't think I see salt for anything else. Powder 7 NaCl or powder 1 NaCl? Whatever, it doesn't matter, I don't have the fucking salt. Why are we still on powders? I already said these, so you're NH4Cl. Powder 9, magnesium sulfate. Oh no! Which of these is a correct and balanced chemical equation between calcium carbonate and hydrochloric acid? I love hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid, HCl. I've used a lot of hydrochloric acid. It's relatively very cheap. I don't really miss chemistry now, do I? Okay, it shouldn't be that hard, right? HCl is a strong acid. Strong acids are known for their property of breaking apart easily. So we're gonna break apart easily, and they're gonna combine into CaCl. Ooh, it might be Cl2. Plus HCO3. I don't know if we can do HCO3. Is that even a thing? I just had a thought. Because acid-base reactions typically turn into water and another thing, and there's three oxygens, which means that we can do H2O. What's left? Just O2, right? Or hold on. Wait. Okay. So CaCl. That's this. H, and then we got 2. Oh, so we need a CO. Wait, it's 2 H's. What the fuck am I on? Wait, what am I on? Hold on. So if it's 2 H's, oh god. CaCO3, right? We did account for the Ca, so we can cross that out. I'm not gonna do the states. H, 2H, because we need another H, equals CaCl. We can cross this out. But there's 2 Cl's. Oh fuck. Cl2? Maybe? I feel like that makes sense. CaCl2. I don't remember how many. Oh fuck, I need a car. Hold on. I need a periodic table. I need my Castle Learning periodic table. No, we can't be we have to look at Ca. How many free electrons does Ca have? Oh, it has so many. So okay, I think we can do CaCl2 plus H2O, so now we have 2 H's, H2O, which means that what's left is CO2. Did I do it? I'm too scared to look. Hold on. I don't want to look and check. So, CaCO3. Right? Which means we can't use this because that's not CaCO3. Plus 2HCl. Oh, and then this one's not HCl. Which means that if it's any of them, it's gotta be this. It's gotta be B. I'm covering it with my hand. CaCO3, that's what we wrote. 2HCl. CaCl2. H2O. Oh my. I could die happy right now. I just remembered a reaction. I remembered how to do a chemical reaction. I balanced a chemical reaction. I'm proud of myself. I haven't done that in 2 years. Number 11. Hydrochloric acid can help determine if a sample contains HCl. So HCO3. I don't think HCO3 can happen, can it? Is that like a thing? I've never seen HCO3. Hydrogen carbonate? Ugh. That sounds gross. Wait, is it just sodium chloride because the Cl? I think it's just that. Which of the following reagents can be used to test for pH? Phenolphthalein. I just know that. Which of the following reagents will result in precipitation when reacted with calcium nitrate? What the fuck? Benedict's reaction? Isn't Benedict's like the paper bag, or am I slow? Maybe it's because CaCl can't happen unless it's because CaCl doesn't exist. It has to be CaCl2. Because we're taking this and we're giving it to this, which means that there would be an excess of hydrogen, which could precipitate. I don't remember, so I'm taking HCl. If you dissolve cornstarch in Lugol's iodine, it's black, blue, sometimes green. 15. A solution that turns yellow. Oh, well, okay. A solution turns yellow when it reacts with Benedict's solution. I think Benedict's for glucose. So, does it? Wait, but those are both. Because it turns from green to red, right? I'm trying to remember. So, if it's green, it's like there's some sugars in here. If it's red, it's like, this bitch is American. So yellow is like moderate. Is it? I think sucrose is made of glucose, so you just need a moderate amount of glucose. Which ion is responsible for the reddish color of a reaction between Benedict's solution and reducing sugar? If it's red, it's ferrum, because blue, if I remember properly, yellow. Which of the following is not a compound that is used to protect? I don't fucking know what's in Benedict's reagent. Okay, let's think of the colors, right? It starts blue, which means that it has copper, I think. Then it turns yellow, and citrus is yellow. And sodium is, copper is red, because pennies are red, which means that it's A. Benedict's solution react with more than one of the choices. It reacts with both glucose and sucrose because it just tests for sugar. If you were to conduct a flame test on boric acid, I don't fucking know what color boron glows. It's boron and bromine. Bromine is the red one. Boron is I'm just gonna assume they're both the same. If you were to conduct a flame test on lithium chloride, didn't I say that was yellow? I don't remember. If you were to on potassium, isn't it purple? I think I'm wrong. Yellow because of potassium. Bananas are yellow. Ooh, maybe not like that. If you were to conduct a flame test on sodium. Oh, you know what's funny? I did do this. And I don't remember what it was. I think it was green. What additional property does ammonium chloride have in a flame test? Angry is the answer. I think it's release white smoke, because I remember it being angry. Which of the following has a low pH, which means that it's basic? Ammonium chloride. Isn't it KCl? I'm trying to remember what we use KCl for. Like battery acid. Oh wait, no, what's a strong acid? Oh my god, I'm actually stupid. I was wondering, I was like, why don't we use KCl for like battery acid? I might be actually like triple wrong on that. I'm saying it's that. Cause this feels like a basic, that feels like a basic, bitch. NH4Cl. Also ammonium. Ammonia is basic. Which of the following powders is the most basic when dissolved in water? So it has a high pH. Wouldn't it be baking soda? We use that shit for cleaning. It's gotta be, like, strong. Which of the following powders will react when NaOH? Which of the following powders are very soluble in water? I'm saying it's glucose because sugar dissolves like a bitch. What powder is used primarily as treatment for bipolar disorder and neurodegenerative diseases? I'm gonna say magnesium because that's the joke. What the fuck? What is used for atrial fibrillation? I don't think it's this I don't think it's a sugar at all. And I don't want to say magnesium again, so I'm saying boric acid. Which ion can easily contaminate other powders during a flame test? I feel like most of them. Are you just saying like what explodes? Because lithium do be exploding, so I'm gonna say lithium. What is fiber 1? Calorie bar. What is fiber 2? Colorless bar. Fiber 3 is put under an electron microscope. This is what's seen. What is fiber 3? It's either nylon or spandex. I'm leaning towards nylon. Nylon. What does nylon look like? I don't remember the last time I've like looked at nylon. I'm gonna say nylon. What's fiber 4? Calormost bar. What's fiber 5? Fiber 1 was collected on at the crime scene next to Hair C. I didn't see Fiber 1. I have no clue. Who's on a diet? Is Ken on a diet? He was contemplating the patriarchy. It was Ken. Which of the following fibers is a seed fiber? Cotton. Cotton is grown. Silk is spiders. Nylon is us. Linen is... I don't remember. Which of the following is a bast fiber? I'm gonna say linen. Is not a synthetic fiber. That's synthetic, that's synthetic, that's synthetic. This is spiders. Which of the following fibers is usually described as looking like flat ribbons under a microscope? I'm gonna say it's not silk. I'm gonna say it's polyester. Which of the following fibers has different strands that appear in 3 different colors under a light microscope? I don't fucking know. I feel like it has to be something synthetic. Nylon. Which of the following will have a pungent odor caused by sulfur when it burned? I don't really burn things much. Would it be wool? Because wool's a synthetic or a natural one. Which of the following fibers may leave a cream-colored bead as residue when burned? I feel like that's not a natural thing. I'm gonna say nylon because it's the only non-natural thing here. Which of the following fibers melts when burned? That is not a thing made in nature, I'll tell you that much. Is it nylon again? Oh, I'm fucking something up. Which of the following fibers gives off the odor of burning paper? We use cotton in paper. Right? Yeah, cotton. What was the first synthetic? I don't know. Maybe it's nylon, because we do be using nylon for shit. But I feel like nylon we've been making like discoveries in nylon, and that's not like a thing you do. Polyester, spandex is like a 2000s thing. Which of the following is a protein fiber? It's cotton. Oh wait, no, I'm a dumbass. It's silk. I forgot what cotton was. This fiber has scales causing it to tangle? Well, if any of them has scales, it's wool. Yeah, okay. Wool is there. And we're gonna take wool. What fiber produces sparks but not smoke? I guess not wool. That feels like a nylon thing. Following hairs were collected from a suspect. Oh, okay, I can do this. I learned this. Probably a cow. Big ass medulla. And this just straight up doesn't have one. I think I'm using the wrong terms, but I can't look anything up. What kind of hair is in box B? Is it a squirrel? What's like the most colorless thing in here? Maybe a horse. It doesn't look that thick though. I want to say human just because of the fact that it looks thin, but I guess squirrels also have thin. Because it doesn't have I don't really consider squirrels colorless, but I guess. That's a bat. For the catagen? Trans. It's Pride Month. How long does the catagen phase last? 1 to 2 weeks, I guess. Telogen. Resting. What percent of the follicles? Fucking C. What is another name for the antigens? Trans again. What is the percent of hair follicles are in the 60? Which gland does hair growth? Pineal gland? I'm gonna say follicle. That feels wrong. What portion of the hair can contain ovoid bodies? The medulla. What is the maximum medullary index for human hair? Ain't it like a third? Like a third or a fourth? Which of the following hair usually has coronal scales? I think bat has coronal scales. Most commonly has ovoid bodies. Horses are pretty dark. What is a major difference between human hair and animal hair? Hairs tend to have natural sheen, and animal hairs are always dull and say that to my fucking cat, bro. That bitch is shiny. B. Which of the following hairs is around 10 micrometers wide, has an indistinct medulla, and a scale count of about 8 per 100 micrometers? I don't even know what a micrometer is. Squirrel. Which of the following has coarse, strong, usually hollow central canal and fairly low in density? Squirrel? I think it's horse. Which type of bonds? Oh, don't do this to me. I don't remember bonds. Van der Waals. I think it's Van der Waals because it's Van Defrans. The protein that makes up your hair and nails. It's keratin. I have to talk about keratin constantly at work. How many layers does hair have? Like, are we talking because it is kind of just that. You got your central shit, your this shit, and then the I can't talk. You got the shell, the meat, and the bone. The shell, the meat, the bone. That's 3. An unidentified plastic was found at the crime scene. It burns a yellow. Fucking Christ. I don't know. Who does this implicate? Your fucking mom. Raquel. Correct plastic with the following monomer structure. Which is the following in density? Don't we use PVC in boats? I don't even know what P is. I'm gonna say it's B. Polymerized by condensation. Your mom. So I'm gonna say it's PC. If a plastic floats in a saturated NaCl solution, sinks in a 10% NaCl. What the fuck are we on? Thermoplastic undergoes a curing process to become so I'm gonna say that's false. Are thermoset or thermoplastics more conducive to recycling? What type of plastic would be used to make a garbage bag? It wouldn't be anything crazy, wouldn't it? It'd just be polypropylene. What type of plastic is most commonly used for making water bottles? I have a pen here that's made of water bottles and B2P. Fuck. I'm gonna say we don't use PP. Maybe we use P. What is the density of... Fuck you! No, actually, fuck you. Density of polycarbonate. How the fuck am I supposed to know that? Yeah, you're light as fuck. You're heavy as fuck. What plastic has the characteristics of being less rigid, having high impact strength, lower temperature resistance, and less resistant to chemicals, and lower ultimate tensile strength? I don't even know what the words I just read are. It's not this. I'm gonna say it's LDPE because I haven't seen you before. What plastic has the characteristics of retaining good chemical resistance against acid and high strength? Not PVC. I'm gonna say it's Pete. Has the characteristics of translucent, waxy, weatherproof, easy to process, and low cost? It's PVC. What plastic is easiest to recycle? Your fucking mom. You find yourself what? Oh, you find a floating plastic bag in a tree. What type of what? MMA. Barbie wraps her leftovers in plastic wrap. What is it made of? It's not PVC. LDPE. Barbie recently had to replace her car window. What PMMA? When Barbie goes biking, she always wears a safety helmet. What is it made of? Chromatography? Perform paper chromatography. Fuck you. Actually, I can do this, like, right now. We're gonna do some chromatography later so that I can finish this. High performance liquid chromatography. Spectroscopy? I do this at work! Identify the molecular ion peak. I'm gonna assume that it's 40. Oh, I'm gonna assume that it's 1. What's closest to 100? Is it not? Would it not be this thing? I know it's not actually 43 because that's just the element, or the amount, the mass spectrum. That's what I'm gonna go with. Is that it's like the 43rd element, which is technetium. But isn't this like in the hundreds? Am I crazy? Unless you want this, and then it's like that. Unless you wanted this, which is like 81. Is it 71? Because that's the only number I see. I really don't understand. I thought it would be 43, no?
I'm gonna say it's 71. Do you see a carbon? Am I doing this wrong? Am I crazy? I'm gonna say 1. I forgot what number chlorine is. There's 0. How many bromine? Am I the stupid one? I guess 1. Is there an odd or even number of nitrogen? What the fuck? 7. There's no 7. Even? Is 0 even? It's C. Fingerprints, detented arch. Ulnar loop. That's the bitch from earlier. Yeah, bitch. D is a radial loop. Plain whirl, plain arch. She killed Barbie. But I don't even know what powder 2 was. Koalas, because that's what they do, is they have fingerprints, go to crime scenes, and eat an enormous amount of pussy, and get chlamydia constantly. Fuck you! Dermatoglyph. This type of fingerprint is made on soft surfaces and is latent fingerprint. It's made of entirely sweat. It's just to see it. What is the purpose of iodine fuming? Oh, I know this one. Actually, no. Is someone's lying here. This is just an anhydride, so I'm just gonna say that it does because I'm smart. When do unique fingerprints form after conception for humans? I was talking about this. 7 months. Wait, no, it's not 7 months. It'd have to be 3 months. Garrett, it's not Ken. There's no fucking pixels in this. It was Alan. Alan. I don't know. We didn't do that. It's gonna be sand. If a soil is 30% clay, 70% sow, 70% pure concentrated power of will, bro, sand silts. Which of the following soils are the most basic? Your mom. Bitch, it's dirt. Still, 6 to 8. I'm not stupid. It's gonna be the bottom arrow. I don't even know what that is, but it's the top arrow. Which impact happened first? Whichever is the most dominant. First one's A, B, D, and then the third one's C. What type of glass is usually used in automobiles? Your fucking mom. Tempered? What type of glass is usually tempered? Final analysis. Oh. Once you've analyzed all the evidence you've collected from this murder case, I think that really sums up my thesis. Okay, let's do some other stuff. I realized a few things. One, you need chromatography paper, but a bitch don't got chromatography paper. I do have straight up paper towels on the floor. I could not figure out a configuration to get my VTube model to track. I just let it run in the background. Probably should have made it an image or a GIF. Paper chromatography. The lab that's typically done when you think chromatography labs, typically they consist of just paper, which I do have. I just have, again, paper towels, and ink, and it's usually pen ink. We're gonna do a little bit of an experiment because I don't know how to do this lab or how to make this lab practical. So let's say we have Sharpie and a body mark pen. A body mark pen it's like a tattoo pen. So it's supposed to not give you as much cancer when it absorbs into your skin. I use it to write my to-do list. For the sake of trying to figure out this experiment, I'm going to show you the answer because we're working backwards from the answer. The answer is Sharpie, because the question is what paper or what marker made the mark that, so like if oh god. There's been a murder and there's a ransom note and the ransom note says, so we have the answer. The answer is Sharpie. I'm realizing this is upside down. We wrote, or our suspect wrote this note in Sharpie. How the fuck do we figure out that they wrote that in Sharpie? Oh my god, I just picked my nose and it's now my gloves are contaminated again. I'm not changing them, fuck you. I would change them again if I was an actual forensic scientist. Okay, whatever. The way that this lab would work is I put a dot here and a dot here. Or I put a dot of, I can do it right now, is I put a dot of Sharpie here, ooh, not a dot of Sharpie there, put a dot of also Sharpie, oh no, this is big, put a dot of body mark here, and really saturate that. And then what we do is we put that in a glass of a solvent, and then however far forward the dot goes, we can estimate which one made this by how far, by comparing the end product of each chromatography run through. How the fuck do I get that? Get this to be a chromatography? And that's what we're doing right now. So, right now I have some acetone. I think
Because like dissolves like, even though I wasn't allowed to say that on any of my exams, because I would have gotten shot if I said like dissolves like, but because like dissolves like, I know acetone is polar. And I know nail polish is polar because acetone dissolves it. And I also know that Sharpie smells like nail polish, so I think it has acetone in it. I don't think it, well no, I think it has like nail polish shit in it. So because this is acetone, I can have this dissolve the, oh. So this is not acetone. God damn it! Okay. What is it? Oh, of course. God forbid I'm able to read this thing. God forbid. Okay, hold on. Ingredients, water, ethyl or methyl? Ethyl or methyl. This says, methyl, acetate, is it butane? I can use it if it's butane, because it is flammable. Oh, it says extremely flammable. Oh, is that why it says extremely flammable? It's because it's butanol? Buto? God damn it. Butox. Butoxidiglycol. Dimethylglutarine. Okay, I'm gonna figure out really quickly what this is made of. And I'm gonna do it the fun way. Fire time! Plate. Matches. Rubbing alcohol. Another plate. And a fire extinguisher. These four things make me a scientist. Because they're safety. I forgot what white extinguishers are for. Dry chemical fire extinguisher, which means... Can I get a safety square? There's gotta be a safety square on this thing, right? I feel like that's like a law. Residential kitchen fire extinguisher. You guys are not helping me. Just know that I have it. Okay, science time. Right is gonna be rubbing alcohol, because I said so. Left is gonna be our mystery solution. It's not a mystery, it tells us explicitly. But I need to know how polar it is, which is, this is definitely the way to do it. I'm lying. Hey, it's our first post-production Sako. I wanted to prove that I am smart. First, I'm a professional idiot, never replicate what I do. Second, ammonium is acidic because it has an extra hydrogen proton than ammonia. It is not ammonia. Third, I have proper ventilation, and I'm about to burn a lot of hazardous material to prove its polarity. I said this is wrong. I am right. The more polar a molecule is, the stronger bonds it has, meaning it will take more energy to ignite. Because it's harder to ignite, it is more polar, meaning it will dissolve polar substances better. In Unga Krunga terms, is hard to burn, because strong will rip apart weaker stuff. Thank you, donations go in the trophy. And then we'll see if this is able to dissolve our Sharpie, and I'm basically just gonna make a paste from the most saturated part of the paper, and then we're gonna smear that. Oh, wait. Never mind. It smells not that bad at first, and then it smells really bad. You know what's funny? I actually like this plate. That's fire 1, that's fire 2. Oh, my gloves have rubbing alcohol on them. This can only go well. Rubbing alcohol, or the vapors from rubbing alcohol, burn blue with a little bit of white at the top. Yeah, just do this one for me. Huh. It's just not. What is... Wait. It just didn't. Do me a favor. Thank you. Vapors? Is there really no... It's not very vaporous, is it? It smells like it has a lot of vapor. It's literally putting it out. I think the issue is that it has a really high, ignition point is probably the issue. Is that it is extremely flammable, but it needs to have the right ignition point. And now there's fire happening. I didn't need to put out any fire right now, and I was looking at all the fire hazards around, and I didn't have to put anything out. Man, this sucks. I think we have our answer. I don't know what the answer is, but we have our answer. Oh, I was looking to see if it would... Okay, right. Now we know a few things. I have a hole punch. That way we can get little uniform discs. Ooh, it does smell in here.
I'm gonna turn off the fire. No, I shouldn't turn off the fire alarm, because then if a fire happens, Lord knows I'm not gonna be able to handle myself. Just like that, we get the most saturated parts that I know are saturated with Sharpie, so that we can get it as pure as possible. Whatever pure means right now. So this is our, what do we call this? This is our nail polish remover. No acetone. There we go. There we go. I realize I should have done this way smarter. Now they're just soaking. God damn it, I've made Mormons. Oh, it's doing something! Oh, did I just do a smart? Look at that. Wait, you can't really see it. But, actually no, I think you can. Yeah, you can. If you see, it's like it's not fumigating, but it's dissolving. And there's match particulates in the... Wow, I did not do this very smart, did I? It's fine. I don't think the matches are gonna dissolve. I think it's just the Sharpie. It's not working. More samples! Yes, let's ruin this our evidence. So my hands are very shaky. I did not eat today. This is exactly how they do it on the field. Trust me, I have no clue. Ooh, look, it's leaching even more. I think what we'd have to do is just leave this be for a while. It's turning like a very pretty purple, That's very nice. In real life, it's a very nice purple. The paper is so good that it's actually not, like, dissolving that much in the water. It's just letting all the ink out. I'm gonna let this sit. Yeah, that's science right there. That's science. I don't know what you think science is, but there's a dead guy that's gonna be very happy I solved his murder. And all it took was 3 matches, rubbing alcohol, and a hole punch. For our samples, sample 1, sample 2, we're going to dilute these sons of bitches. Wow, that's a really pretty purple. I'm gonna dilute this in mostly water, cold water, and rubbing alcohol. Let's do I'm doing a little, one with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Oh my god, that's working so much better. I should have just done rubbing alcohol the first time. Oh my god, I just realized why I did all this. I couldn't find the rubbing alcohol. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I was using this because I couldn't find this. And then I used this to test if I could use this. And then I just tested this to leach out some of the Sharpie from that. And how the fuck did I find the rubbing alcohol? Now I'm thinking about it. I turned this entire apartment over. Now I'm kind of curious what happens if I burn the rest of the rubbing alcohol / paper. If it'll leave the pigment in there. So I'm gonna hole punch. I'm gonna hole punch a few more. And then I'm gonna soak them in rubbing alcohol. Because I know the rubbing alcohol will burn off. There's like a piece of tape keeping all of my samples away from me. Whore. I wish I had my eyedropper. I'm gonna order that. I was gonna order some glassware for... I mean, I guess I'm not doing it right now. But like my actual chemistry one. I don't know, man. I think that rubbing alcohol... I think nail polish remover's doing a better job. Fuck it, why don't we do both? We'll run this experiment where I just see which one does better. And then I'll burn this and watch it go up right into this camera. Ooh. And then we'll use this for our paper chromatography, and then this is just for my own sick enjoyment. That's a really nice color. I don't even know if you can see that. Look at that. Ooh! I only have 3 glasses that I'm willing to wash. They're not sanitary, because I barely washed them the first time. This is cup 1, this is cup 2, these are cup 3. You can't even see those, okay? This is gonna be our rubbing alcohol. This is gonna... Wait, what the fuck am I on? This is Sharpie. This is body ink. And then this is gonna be our sample for our chromatography experiment. I want to use just water, but I want it to be way faster than that. So, what's a container I don't like? I have a container with 3/4 cup of cold water. Can't even see that. Fuck. With 3... Oh, and I just spilled some. With almost 3/4 cup of cold water. And I'm gonna pour some amount of rubbing alcohol and then some amount of nail polish remover. And then we're gonna pour that into our cups. And then I'm gonna... Oh, fuck. I just realized. Oh my god, this is so difficult. Instead of using a dowel, we're just gonna use a paper straw. Because that's all I got right now. And that's kind of sanitary. It's food sanitary, but it's not like sanitary. I'm scared that this might work a little too well. You know what I mean? And then it's gonna get to the top of the paper, and then I can't do anything with it. But I guess I can solve that by, like, waiting the same amount of time. And I need more gloves. Oh my god, this is so difficult. I'm gonna set up our experiment, and then I'm gonna make the solution. And then I'm gonna remember to take out the chromatography paper before I put the water in. And then I'm gonna put, well, the solvent in. And then I'm gonna put the stuff back in the solvent. I'm gonna let our stuff sit a little bit longer. And while we do that, paper. Actually, wait, let's make sure that this, yeah, that's about the right height. I just realized I'm pouring rubbing alcohol and nail polish remover in these cups. Oh, I'm not a good person. Okay, that's one. Wow, I just fucked up again. I ripped this paper, put another piece of paper on here, but because I don't remember which dot is which, I don't know which one. I think that's the body mark, and I think this is the Sharpie. Let me get a Q-tip, I think. I think the proper way would be to get, if I had a fucking eyedropper, but I don't have a fucking eyedropper. Actually, I might. Okay, I did not have an eyedropper, but I do have the top part of a pen, which is B2B, which is the thing I was talking about before. We're gonna use this kind of like a pipetter, where instead of just like squeezing like an eyedropper and just go boop, 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 we're just gonna put it in as deep as it gets and create suction with our thumb, which will be better with the rubber glove, and then we put it over here, or we'll put it on the on our chromatography paper. Yes. Oh my god, I just spilled water everywhere! So we have less than 3/4 of a cup of water. And then we're gonna put because I don't have any measuring instruments, because I haven't ordered those yet, we're just playing it by heart. Which is what you want to hear from your forensics operator. Operator? Yeah, you want to hear that from your forensics investigator. That one, they don't know what a forensics investigator is. And two, they are kind of just eyeballing everything. You know, you pour the rubbing alcohol until your ancestors say stop. And of course, as you know, all of your ancestors died. So they gotta know a thing or two. Now I'm curious how this burns. Because now we hit something that has the ignition point and something that has the fumes. And I have a fire extinguisher, so nothing matters anymore. I'm really bad at this. Hold on. There we go. Oh! One more time. One more time. This time I'm not going to be a bitch about it. Okay. It's like almost doing something. So the answer's no. Despite the fact that it won't burn for me, it should still be solid solvent for our experiment. This is 1, that's 2. Which one's the one without the dot? You're the one without the dot. So, being careful now. We might have to employ a different strategy because there's not enough for me to pipetter this. I'm just kind of gonna scoop up whatever I can get, and then I'm gonna put it on. Wow, this thing is dripping. Yeah, no, I fucked up. There we go. Yeah, that's forensics right there. Yep, Yep, this is how it goes. And then we pour equal parts of this into that. And because I don't have any measuring instruments, because they're all either food safe or they don't exist, we're just kind of gonna, yeah. And then I'm just gonna have these sit over here. And while that happens, it should still at least vaguely work. Oh, maybe it doesn't. Maybe I went a little too close to the sun here. Aha! Ooh, that almost went bad. It doesn't want to light anymore. Oh, it probably all evaporated. Damn. Hold on. I'm a good host. I'd never leave you like this. There we go. Yeah, that fire is firing. That fire is spreading a little closer to the edge of the thing than I'd like it to. Can you even see that? Hold on.
Look at that. It's burning. I'm gonna tilt it. Maybe I shouldn't tilt it. Never mind. It's not getting that hot. Like I'm chilling right now. And it went out. I really thought that would do something. So, I guess that kind of answers all the questions I had. Yo, hold on. Watch my grade A glove taking off technique. You see? Oh, wait, no, that is kind of bad. You pinch. You do one of these. Pinch. And just kind of pull. Oh, no, it's not working. Oh, no. Okay, well, shit, yeah, no, I guess I did the murder. Oh, shit. You know, I'm really happy I put down the murder trash bags. So that didn't move at all. Okay. Surely. So that didn't move at all. So that moved. We'll just leave that in there a little longer. Getting kind of bored over here. I can start burning more rubbing alcohol. Hold on. Actually, let me do this. Let's do the creepypasta thing. Here I have a thing of bleach. Now, if you know what I'm doing, you'll know that this doesn't work. But for my sick enjoyment, I just want to see it happen. I'm also curious if adding rubbing alcohol will either 1, kill me, or 2, you know. What's rubbing alcohol made of? Ethyl. Never mind. Thought I'd make mustard gas. First of all, our bleach. I'm not putting that much. Mostly just because I'm scared of bleach. Okay. Oh, so sad. Doesn't work. No invisible fire either. So let's put some rubbing alcohol in there, and then let's try it again. Wow, you just don't like me, don't you? Well, that broke. I saw a spark, you piece of shit! There we go. Okay. Wow. Fire. I'm burning bleach right now, and I'm realizing it's probably like a crime. Again. Wow, this is still going. Yeah, no, it's definitely a fuel if it's still going. That's interesting. Do not contaminate food. Da -da 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 -da. Dry area away from direct sunlight, heat. Do not contaminate. Causes substantial temporary eye damage. Using the toilet. What? The product, container, label, blah 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 blah. Contains no phosphorus. That's interesting. It's still go. Oh, I think it just went out. No invisible fire either. Ooh, this plate's hot though. One of these days this plate's gonna explode and it's not gonna be a good time for me. Oh, there's still some liquid in there. And that got on my hand. Good thing I'm wearing gloves. I am hellaciously curious what's left over. Right? Hold on. Active ingredient ethyl alcohol, right? Flammable? No shit. Direction. Inactive ingredients. Acetone? Oh, that's why it's so good. Denadium, benzoate, methyl isobutyl, ketone, water. That's weird, because those are all flammable, right? Except for the water, I guess. Maybe this is just water. Maybe I should drink. I do think that what's probably left over, because it's... I'm trying to see. It has, like... It's a little bit thicker than water. Or also, what's in bleach, right? Hold on. Does it even say? I don't think it says. Can I get ingredients, bro? Wait, why does this have ingredients but the other thing doesn't? I think it's because this is first aid, but this is just for cleaning. So this just doesn't have any ingredients. I feel like it should still tell you. Anyways, are you done yet? Okay, well, I guess I'll cut my losses for now. And I'm gonna dry these out. And I'm gonna clean up. I'll get back to you later. Okay, I'm back. I don't really remember anything, but I remember I did paper chromatography. Barely, might I add. Let me show you this. I scanned it. This is our sample. This was Sharpie, and then this was Body Mark. I know that it was Sharpie now, because I'm looking at the little stain stretching. Now this just didn't move at all. I don't remember where paper chromatography was. As a reminder, this is what we're working with. So I'm gonna say
This is just our sample. I'm gonna put this is 1, this is 2. Makey sense? It makey sense. So the sample doesn't really got an RF value. I'm gonna say that this is our R and this is our F. So those are our RF value, I think. And then there's another one. So which pen matches the one found at the crime scene? Because this is our sample, it was number 2. What does RF stand for? Fuck. Redistribution, relocation. Oh, it's retention factor. Never mind, I'm an idiot. Why does paper chromatography, is this just about what it is? Why does paper chromatography on permanent ink result in an RF value of 0? Because it's non-polar and it's water. Yeah, wait, no, because it is polar and water is non-polar, right? I think water is non-polar because water is H2O, which is that. So permanent marker is polar, which is non-polar. Yes, polar, polar, like dissolves like, non-polar, polar, non-polar, non-polar, da da da. And then I know water isn't polar, so it's C. What's the stationary phases of TLC? My 900-pound life, Honey Boo Boo Dance Moms. I think it's that. And then I think we're done. So now, all we gotta do is see how well we did.